What's up, collectors? Thank you again for joining this video on the Pitflick channel, where we talk about video games, collectibles, everything in between, and we have fun talking about it and just discussing it all around. So do you guys remember a few videos back where I bought part of a collection for 400 bucks? I'll leave the link here if you haven't seen it just yet. Part of a collection for $400. I do appreciate the seller who sold it to me for a great price on that. These are the games that I purchased from that lot. I've actually sold some already, and I'll let you guys know at the end which ones I sold on eBay, just because it was a doubles, or I was just trying to make extra room for other games. And I want to let you know that there's quite a bit of games in here that I'm going to be trading with anyone watching this video. If you want to trade, just hit me up on Instagram, Pitflip on Instagram, send me a message. I'm looking for DS, PSP, Vita, PS2. I mean, you guys kind of know what I enjoy collecting from the videos that you might have seen, and I'll let you know from the ones of these games which ones I am going to keep. All right, so let's get started. Let me let you guys know also that I'm going to state how much these games are roughly worth. I went on eBay, I looked at the recent sold prices and kind of just gauge it from there, and I'll let you guys know what they're going roughly for. Okay, so let's start off with the sealed game, Motocross Mania Advance by Konami, and this one looks pretty cool because it's a little, you know, like chibi looking characters and the art style for the gameplay, so I like that. I always like that about games. So that being said, this game is, I'm going to evaluate about 70 bucks. I think there was an open copy last sold for 50. I couldn't find a sealed one, so I'm just gonna say $20 more for a sealed one. And well, let's not bring up WADA. Maybe we'll just leave that for another time. We won't talk about sealed games right now. All right, so next, Beautiful Joe for the PS2, going for 30. I actually started playing this game. This game is pretty fun. I'm having a good time with it, but man, you know, some of the levels are a little tough. So Beautiful Joe, 30 bucks. Nightmare Before Christmas, another worth about 30. This I actually started playing this as well. I've been looking out for this game for a while already. I just never wanted to pick it up just solely on eBay. I wanted to pick it up locally because I had seen it a couple times, so I finally just picked it up in this lot, so I'm glad to have it. I am missing the manual though. God of War Origins collections, these are the ones for the PSP. On the PS3, this is worth about 20. Resident Evil GameCube, this is for about 20. Any Resident Evil games are great to have in the collection. It's 20 bucks right here. Resident Evil 0, 20. Ace Combat, the Balkan Wars, about a $30 PS2 game, so keep an eye out. Most people kind of disregard Ace Combat games, but this is about a $30 piece right here. The Warriors, 45. These are, like I said, these are kind of the average going rate, maybe even a little bit lower when they were going on eBay. So, you know, to get this is pretty cool. I haven't seen the movie. Can you guys believe that? I haven't seen this movie just yet. So I wanted, actually, I probably should watch the movie. I started playing this and it's got some pretty cool game mechanics. You know, Rockstar, you guys know Rockstar. So it's pretty interesting so far. I'm liking it. Time Splitters, about 25. R-Type Finals, about a $40 game. Xenosaga is a $20 game. Ace Combat Unsung Wars, 5 bucks. It's not worth very much, but cool to have in the collection. Capcom Classic Volume 2. This is a $10 game. It's not worth very much, but you know, for 10 bucks, I mean, you're getting so many games with it. And I love compilation games. Compilation games are pretty fun to have because you get to play all these retro games in one disc. It says 20 Capcom classics. So I really enjoy having compilation games in my collection, especially during the PS2 era. Really have a good time with these. So Time Splitters Future Perfect. Time Splitters Future Perfect is about 50 bucks. So that's pretty cool to have. Mafia is a $10 game. Harvest Moon Homeland's about $10. Death Smiles is a $35 game. Ever since I saw this game being kind of pushed out by Metal Jesus when he mentioned it in one of his videos, like Hidden Gems, I believe, I always wanted to try it. It's a shoot 'em up. You know, it's a shoot 'em up with, you know, cute characters, and looks pretty interesting. So this is something I'm really excited to give this a shot and try it out in my, you know, on the Xbox. So can't wait to jump on this one. Project Silpheed, and this is Project Silpheed. Am I saying this right? Project Silpheed, Arc of Deception. Okay, so Arc of Deception, this is roughly a $10 game. Persona 4 Arena is a $15 game. Killer's Dead Collector's Edition. This is about a $50 game right here, Collector's Edition. You know, Killer's Dead, Exceed, Suda 51. Come on, guys, like this. These games are so odd, and that's what I like about you know, games that are kind of like this. Continuing on, I got the Striker 1945, and the developer is right there at the very bottom is H-Tech. I mean, you guys know H-Tech from several games, but of course one of the biggest heavy hitter games on PlayStation 2 is Kuon. So Kuon, H-Tech. I saw that and I was like, hey man, I've never played this shooter. I kind of want to give it a shot. Shoot 'em ups, you know, I enjoy playing shoot 'em ups, but I'm not like a collector of shoot 'em ups. So this is one of the ones that I, you know, thinking I'm gonna keep, but possibly for trade depending on what people have to offer. But this one is worth about 40 bucks. That's what it's selling for online, so that's pretty cool to have. So Mega Man X4, I consider it disc only, does have the back cover art, and this is about $10 game right here. And Mega Man X5, it is complete, so it's about a $25 game here. Pretty cool. So Lifespan Surgical Unit, this is a $15 game, and I am collecting quite a bit of DS. This is what I'm on right now, a DS fix. So this is pretty cool, and you guys, some of you guys might know that I work in the medical field, so it's pretty interesting to see how accurate some of this is. I mean, they're just games, right? A lot of it doesn't have to go with any accuracy in the real world, but I wanted to see how this plays. Godzilla Save the Earth, disc only for 20. This is actually pretty interesting because I got this, you know, when I got in the lot, I'm like, man, this is disc only, and I actually won a bid on eBay for the case and manual. So I'm going to have it complete in box now, right? So the disc alone, I'm valuing it about 20. I bought the case and manual for about 20 as well, or 25 shipped. So, you know, it goes for more than that, I believe. I think it's already in the $60 or $70 range. I already have it, so it'd be actually double for me. So this might be up for trade actually, and with the case and manual as well. So that's something to keep an eye on. I am gonna let you guys know which ones exactly I'm gonna keep and which ones will be out for trade. So just let you know for that. So this I'm gonna value about $20. Katamari Forever is going to be a $20 game, and Katamari is just so odd and quirky that I love playing it, like rolling like this piece of gumball, I call it a gumball around, and just picking up everything and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just really fun to play. Like, you just want to have a mindless pastime with a little bit of a challenge, and you just kind of want to jump in on something that's pretty fun and funny on top of that. Some of the dialogue is pretty funny. You know, Katamari is always going to be one of those games that you should just give it a shot. Why not? Yeah, it's just so odd. But yeah, Katamari Damacy, I do not have this one. Katamari Forever, excuse me, 20 bucks. This is pretty cool. Time Crisis, it's a $50 game. This is pretty legit. It's Time Crisis Raising Storm, includes Time Crisis 4 and Dead Storm Pirates. I believe this is a Time Crisis that you would be able to go play like at where we have here Peter Piper Pizza, or like any you know, pizza shops with arcades, big ones around, you know, insert name of big monopolized corporate pizza places with arcades that you can go play them overpriced or whatever, but you still have fun with them. I think this is the one that was out there as well. But either way, I don't have the gun for the PS3. I do want to give this a shot at one point. VR mode, wouldn't this be cool for VR mode on the PS4? Something like that. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, this is valued at about a $10 game. Now, you know, if you go back, all the Marvel vs. Capcoms are worth quite a bit of money, but you look at part 3 and, you know, you kind of push it out the door because there's a lot of copies of part 3. So, you know, I think this is something that you should have in your collection if you like fighters, right? I'm not too much of a fighter collector, but Marvel vs. Capcom has called out to me before, and I do have part 2 for the PS2. I picked it up. You know, I lost the footage, unfortunately. I had footage for it, but it was for like 70 bucks locally, and it's a super clean copy, complete in box. I'm more than happy to pay for it because I'm nostalgic for that one. Used to play it at Pizza Hut. I don't know, you guys know Pizza Hut, so that was pretty fun. But Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I think you should keep it in your collection because who knows, it just might be harder to, you know, not harder to find because it's mass produced, but like, you know, more expensive later on. Who knows? I mean, maybe we'll come back into this video a couple years later on and we'll see if this actually went up in value or not. The God of War Saga, 5 full games for 20 bucks is what it's going for roughly. So, and God of War, come on guys, God of War is awesome. You know, it's nostalgic for me. I used to play it quite a bit as a kid, even though there are some parts that maybe we shouldn't have played as a kid, but you know, it was an accident. I didn't mean to go there for the 5th time. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This game is the collection itself is pretty cool to have on the PS3, so that's awesome. Tales of Symphonia is going for about 20 bucks, and I'm really trying to see if I can jump into any of the Tales of games, but I'm trying to hold back because the Tales of Arise, as of this video footage, is coming out next week, so I cannot wait to jump on that one. The demo is super awesome. I like playing as the mage girl. She was, man, juggling, you know, those types of spells and combining them into new ones. It's pretty fun, man, so I can't wait to get the Tales of Arise. I do have the collector's edition on the way, so that's pretty cool to have. But Tales of Symphonia is going for about 20. Afro Samurai, I was stoked. I was like, man, Afro Samurai, awesome. You know, I saw it. For some reason, I thought I needed it for my collection, but turns out to be I already have it. So this is pretty cool. But the thing is, when I saw it, it had the 18 plus, which we all know it's Peggy, our brothers and sisters from across the pond. This is the Peggy version of it. So I couldn't really put too much of a price on it, but I put it for about 15 because I think there was a new one sold sealed for like 35. That was Peggy European version. So Afro Samurai, you know, Samuel Jackson, the voice of this character in the anime, was pretty cool show. So the next one is a Disgaea Triple Play. This is going for about 50 bucks. You know, you get 3 games. There's a 3-game collection: Disgaea 3, 4, and D2. Disgaea, I love tactical RPGs. Very nostalgic for Final Fantasy Tactics. One of the best games, in my opinion, for the Game Boy Advance. And I love tactical games. I mean, just strategizing, taking your turn, trying to see what your enemy is going to, where your enemy is going to move, who they're going to attack, and stuff like that. I love it. And Disgaea just has this kind of like quirky, kind of sometimes fan servicey type of gameplay, and you know, it's over the top and whatnot. So I enjoy playing Disgaea, and having it on the PS3, these 3 games, is pretty legit. And actually, I'm pretty sure I already have this in the collection, so this will probably be a trade as well. So Tales of Xillia is going for about 20, but you know what, I'm noticing right now this is sealed, so I priced it as a open copy. I'm not too sure what a sealed copy for is. Let's just say 30, 40, add another 10, 20 bucks on it. So Tales of Xillia sealed copy. Castlevania Lords of Shadow for 12 bucks. This is for the PS3. This is roughly what's going for. It's complete in box. I started playing this one, and you know, for an action adventure game, I'm having a pretty good time with this. You know, but we have so much backlog. We get new games in, so we start playing the other games. I really want to jump back on this Castlevania game and give it a shot. So, you know, Castlevania Lords of Shadows for about roughly going about 12. I mean, these games are great games, and they're going for pretty cheap online. So if you guys ever, you know, want to just jump on some of these, you know, for the PS3 genre, for the PS3 era, that's pretty cool. So Castlevania 2 is roughly going for about 20, so this is a little bit more. Silent Hill Downpour, this one, a disc only, I'm going to say it's about a $35 game. So, you know, and the disc is in really good shape. So Silent Hill Downpour, any Silent Hill, man, Silent Hill, to me, if you guys ask me my favorite Silent Hill, I'm going to say Part 2. That's the one that I actually completed, that drew me in to play it throughout. All of them draw me in, but man, I jump scare easily, so you know, it's kind of hard playing them, but I love collecting horror and I love playing horror. But man, you know, even Shadow of the Dam kind of jump scared me a couple times. But Silent Hill Downpour, this is going to be roughly a $35 game. It is going to be for trade. One that I wasn't too aware of, but I saw the developer Koei, and any game that I don't see very often, I have to pick up, because, you know, who knows, it might be a great hidden gem. And if for the price, as a bundle price, I picked it up, and that is Trinity Souls of Zil-O. And it's actually a game that's going for about 60 bucks, and it's complete. I started playing this game, and man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun. How the game mechanics, the combat mechanics goes. You have 3 characters. You can change between the characters on the fly, and they each have their own, you know, one of them's the balanced sword guy, the other one's like the fist tank guy, the other one's the mage, and you know, you can kind of balance in between these characters, and they all have their supers, and you go against these bows. And so far I only have played the first hour of it, so I'm in an arena. I don't know if it opens up more, like if you're able to go explore the world a little bit more, or you're stuck kind of in settings that are enclosed, you know, Koei for Dynasty Wars and whatnot, kind of enclosed areas that you just fight waves and waves of enemies. So Trinity Souls of Zillow, if you guys see it out there, pick it up if you like those types of games, and it's pretty fun. This one I'm definitely keeping because, you know, I'm having a pretty good time with it. It's got a decent story, you know, half elf, half human character being hunted by his father, so check that out, pretty cool. Okay, next, so Skyward Sword on the Wii. This one is a $20 game, roughly about that. It's a complete in box. I need to check if I have this one. If I don't have it, I will keep it, but if I do, which, you know, honestly I think I do, I want to give a shout out to Hyphy Gold, who actually traded me, not even traded me, he sent it to me, you know, just out of the blue. He was a really cool guy, and I need to put that, I have it in another video I haven't placed out yet, but he sent me a manual and inserts for Skyward Sword where I found it with just the artwork and the disc only. So really cool guy. Check out his channel, Hyphy Gold. The other character that I really enjoy working with is Gat Cognac. Check out his videos as well. All these, you know, these guys are awesome guys that are, you know, big time collectors, you know. And there's other guys, Unknown Video Game Hunter, Gamers Manual, Cincy Game Hunting. There's a whole bunch of, you know, awesome videos, channels that you guys should check out. But we'll talk about that in another video. So Zelda Skyward Sword, it's going to be a $20 find right here. All right, Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii is $10, and I have not played either of them. Can you guys believe that? Either Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess. This is about a $10 game. Next one, for sure I'm keeping this one, and it's a fun game because I have it on the Vita, is Muramasa the Demon Blade for the Wii. This is about a $40 game, and I love the art style. You know how Dragon Crown looks like on the Vita or the PS4, PS3, that type of drawing of the characters looks awesome. That's what kind of reminds me of that. Wizardry, the Forgotten Land on the PS2, I'm playing it right now. I'm addicted to it. It's a really fun game. Their hand-drawn characters look a lot like that as well, but not as colorful. And you know, I just really appreciate that, how much details they put into their characters. But this is such a fun game, beat 'em up kind of game, and you know, I'm enjoying it. So Muramasa, this is about a $40 game. And the last but not least is Super Mario Brothers Wii, which is about a $20 game. I'm pretty sure I have this one already, so more likely I'll keep this for trade.
Mamma mia!
Alright, so these are the games that I kept, but I do want to let you know of the games that I sold that I had doubles of. Now, remember, I spent $400 for everything, and I sold Contra 4 for $60, Dino Crisis disc only for $16, Salvatore Complete for $25, Kirby Nightmare Dreamland card for $29, Donkey Kong 64 manual for $10, Clock Tower disc for $35, Final Fantasy 3DS for $25, Alice Madness Returns PS3 complete in a box for $20, Odin Sphere for PS2 for $17, a total of $237 that I got out of it. I sold it on eBay, so let's say minus 15% because of the fees. It's $202, about $200 that I got out of it. Remember, I paid $400. I got $200 out of it because I already had those. Sometimes you forget which ones that you have, and you know, you kind of want to, you double up accidentally. So I sold it for $200. So that means for $200 I got to keep these right here. So I was going along and letting you guys how much, you know, this is roughly worth on eBay, kind of the average prices. And if I were to sell everything and I would take away the percentage fees, about 15%, I would be roughly making about anywhere from like $1,200 to $1,300, just because there's some heavy hitters in here, some sealed games and whatnot. So this is actually a pretty cool, a pretty good find and pretty good stack of games for what I paid the $400 for. So I mean, I made $200 already. The rest of the $200 I spent on this, and you know, it's roughly at least, you know, $1,000 worth because of the quality of games that are in here. So that being said, I think this was a pretty good find. And yeah, sometimes I'll pay up for games, and in fact, you know, I don't often run around and find games that are like, you know, $70 worth for $1. You know, that's just kind of not what I usually find. And I do have some videos, you guys want to check some of those out, for where I go garage sale hunting and find some pretty good deals. But that's not always the case. So I appreciate being sold games for a really good price and stuff. So that being said, the games that I'm going to keep are Nightmare Before Christmas, Muramasa, R-Type, Time Splitters Future Perfect, Striker 1945, Katamari, Trinity, Death Mouse, Killer is Dead, Resident Evil, both Resident Evil games, and the Time Crisis for the PS3. The other ones, more likely I'm going to be trading off. So if you guys are interested in any of these games, let me know so we can work something out, and hit me up on Instagram, send me a message, we can work something out, and just kind of we'll have a trading party, a trading services there. So all right, crew, so thank you so much for checking out the channel. I appreciate you taking the time and watching this video, and hopefully we can work out something together. But there's deals out there, just kind of work with your fellow collectors. And I do want to mention that this is, you know, the first part of the collection that I bought from him, and spoiler alert, I bought the rest off of him. So I want to show you guys that in a separate video. I do have a lot more that I want to kind of show and trade eventually. I might just actually sell it locally. So local people who are watching this, keep an eye out for my videos. I'm going to be selling a lot of games together for what I think is a very, very fair price. It is not going to be less than $1,000, so I'll tell you that. So any big ballers out there, if you're interested in big collection, it'll be very fair priced. And if you want to resell some of them, you can resell and make your money back for sure. There's going to be some heavy hitters in there, but some fillers as well. All right, guys, so that being said, thank you so much for watching the video and taking the time, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.